Um, so everything that we're going to discuss today is for the home care website, and what I feel like you need to do to make your home, what we've been able to do to make our home care website successful, meaning to generate leads online. That's the only thing that's going to determine if it's successful or not, is if you're going to get phone calls from it. If you ain't getting no phone calls from it, then it's not successful. No matter how pretty it looks, how many bells and whistles it got, if people not calling you from it, then it's not successful. Um, so we're gonna cover a couple different things that I feel as though what's gonna make your company successful, well, your website successful. A few things that we've been doing, and some things that we suggest you do along the way with your website. Um, so we're gonna get right into it. Okay, where's that? The first thing I would suggest focusing on when it comes to web, after you build your website. So I guess I should have had talked a little bit about how you build it and how you get it done. I'm not a website developer. I don't do none of the editing. I don't add none of the content. I usually go through a web company, and I'm gonna post a link on the in the group so you guys can use the company as well. It's the same company I use with my Done for You clients. It's the same company I've been using for probably about the last 6 7 years. Who they don't do everything. They kind of design the website and they add content, but they don't like optimize it for me. And we'll talk a little bit about the difference as we go along. And so once you have your website up, but even before you have your website up, you got to set up certain things online. Like you're going to have to set up what they call a Google business account, where Google's going to send you register your company with business, with Google. You register your address with Google. They send you a card with a code on it. And once you get that code, you go back to the Google account and confirm that that's your address. So they mail it to you so they can make sure that you're the person who actually owns that address or is receiving mail at that address. That's how they add you to Google Places. So when you see different stores and businesses in your community registered, come up when in Google search, that's how they do it. And that's what you're gonna have to do first. This is one of the first things you could do. A lot of people have, like we were discussing just a second ago, is virtual offices. I mean, they have home offices, and not many people want to put their home office on Google, and then every time somebody search your business, they got their home address. I wouldn't suggest that. So if you do or plan on operating your home care service from your home, I was always also suggest getting a virtual office. And you could do the same thing through Google, is get the app once you purchase the virtual office plan. Usually they have like a 60 to 90-day plan just for a 90 dollars a month, $60 to $90 a month plan. Um, Once you purchase that plan, you could get access to their mailbox, and it's a real address. And then you could use that address as your business address that you put on Google, your website, and things like that, opposed to putting your home address. So once you have those things set up, then you go into Google, most importantly, Facebook, you set up an ad. So Google is the number one. Obviously, you guys know that that's the number one search engine on the planet. But then Facebook is the biggest social media network on the planet. So it's the second most visited. I think it's the second most visited or third most visited website after TikTok. But then TikTok isn't really like a business where you want to be registering that. Not yet. Hopefully, we don't get to that point where we got to be registering our home care service on TikTok. But the next one that makes sense after Google is Facebook, because Facebook is the third biggest website on the planet. And you know, after Google, you want to definitely have a Facebook profile. And on these both of these profiles, you want to start getting what they call reviews. So to make Google want to share your profile with more people, you have to add reviews, and they have to be good reviews. And the more 5-star reviews you have, the higher your ranking is going to be when people search for the service that you offer in your community. So people go to, just like you, just like me, people go to, when you go to restaurants, hotels, any other services that you look for, you always go to Google first. I do, and I look at the reviews, just like everybody else on the planet. And you have to remember that, like, what you do for your company, for other companies, people are going to be doing for your company. So it's like, I don't got no, I don't have any clients. I'm just getting started. Who am I going to? How am I going to get all these people? How am I going to get reviews? How am I going to get reviews? So first thing you could do is get as many friends as you can find to say, hey, look, I know everybody got a Google account. Go on my account, give me a 5-star review. It don't have to be nothing specific. You don't have to say, "Oh, you use my clients," or "I tell." You don't have to lie. If you people, people don't be, comfortable with saying certain things. That's okay. You're not asking them to lie, but you are asking them to go in there and rate the fact that they know you and you're trustworthy, and you're a good person to do business with. And I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that. I don't feel like that they're doing anything wrong by reviewing you as your company, as in your company. And I don't feel nothing wrong with it. Then you have your family, obviously the same thing. And then if you get clients, then obviously you want them to go. But then they also have opportunity where you could pay people. Hey man, look, I give you $5 for a review. Give me, I give you $50 for a review, whatever. Have you work out with people that and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, it's that important to have them get on Google, and even before your website, and Facebook, to start getting these reviews, um, these 5-star reviews added to your profile. And just as important, you want to protect it by from negative reviews. So that's by, how do you do that? Once you get in business, is to provide great service, great communication with your clients, great communication with your caregivers, and if there's ever any discrepancies or problems, or conflicts of whatever between you and your clients, or you and your caregivers, where you feel like they might even think about going to the internet and giving you a bad review, make sure you try to settle it before it gets to that point. Please try to make sure you settle it before you get to that point, because once it gets to that point, there are means and ways to get it off. But it's just like, one negative review out of 10 good ones still looks bad, or one star review out of 20 still looks crazy. And if you do get a negative review, you have to go on there and explain yourself, because people don't just uh look at the negative review, they look at the company's response. So you make sure you respond if you ever win in, because I mean, I'm sure you'll eventually, nobody's perfect. No companies that I've seen that I feel like is legitimate, it has 100% uh 5 stars. Most of them do have some satisfactory, less than satisfactory, and then like pretty bad reviews. But um this is very important. This is very important with your online presence, because this is just the world we live in today. Everything's online. The majority of people, figure out who they're going to deal with from the internet, and it's not that complicated to understand. And I just want you to make sure that we're guarding that, we're prioritizing that, and we're thinking about that as we move along with our new home care service or assisted living business. We're going to talk a little bit about search engine optimization. It's a process of improving your website to increase the visibility on Google, Microsoft. Those are really the two, and then Bing, and then like Yahoo. I don't know who, whatever other people are using, but I sometimes I use Safari. I use on accident if I'm on my iPhone. Sometimes I use Samsung search engine if I'm on my Note. But for the most part, I'm trying to get to Google. Whatever I'm doing, I'm trying to get to Google. I'm not trying to be on Bing. I'm not trying to be on Yahoo. I'm trying to get on Google. So what that means is we have to do certain things to optimize our website to make sure it increases our visibility on Google and then other places, because I know I'm a, you know, everybody's comes from a different generation, a different mode of interaction with the internet. So some people may have, you know, a love for Safari. That's Apple's search engine. Some people may love Microsoft. So you want to make sure you're doing things, whatever search engine you're using, you're just understanding that there's a reason why certain websites get to you quicker than others. And that has a lot to do with search engine optimization. And we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. We're also going to talk a little bit about geo-targeted ads. We're going to talk about Facebook ads, and what are geo-target ads. It allows advertisers to target audiences in a specific area at any given time. So you're the advertiser, and it allows you to target specific audiences with your message, with your content. So, and then we'll, you know, finish up with this some of the what the top senior care keywords are, and then we'll go into a book. It's not a required reading a day. It's actual it's a book list, because I feel like it's very important for everybody on here to start understanding the importance of internet marketing. A lot of times now, I talk a lot about, you know, meaningful relationship development when I talk about getting out in the community, developing real relationships with real people, getting to know people, and things like that. And that's very important. That's the front line, and I hold that to be the most valuable asset to my marketing and sales strategy, is to always continue to meet real people. But at the same time, we live in a digital world, and a lot of people, even seniors and especially their kids, they when they look for services, they're looking online. And the people who don't, the referrals that you can't get, they may be somewhere searching online looking for services in your same market, and you don't want to not be there when they look. You may can't compete with every, you know, with the big guys, but you want to at least do your best to come up in the search when they put certain keywords in the search engine. So we'll talk a little bit about that. So pretty much discuss like what is reviews. So like reviews again are can really make a huge difference in, you know, the success or failure of your business. I've seen, you know, one or two reviews make a huge difference, negatively and positively. I've went back and forth with caregivers on my reviews, and had families, other caregivers reach out about that specific review, mention that review multiple times. And a lot of times you'll think that that review may like negative, it might just like, oh, you just be like so depressed about like, oh, no, I can't believe it. But if you have like a conversation, or you constantly respond, like you always want to leave the last comment. You never want to leave it to where as though they get the last word. You always want to leave, and you always want to be graceful and pleasant. You never want to be argumentative. And you always want to, in the comments on these reviews, let the people know that, I mean, the person that you're communicating with, but then also realize that you're saying it in public, in a public forum, so that other people are going to read this. And you always want to be, as the company, you know, polite, consistent, letting them know that you're willing to, you know, right whatever wrong they feel like that they have experienced. And if you can't, you know, you detail why. um and that's just how you want to make sure you do it. You never want to let them kind of like get out on you, get the last word, and it's just like no response, because it makes like, okay, this person, uh, obviously this is a real company, obviously this is a real customer, client, or caregiver. Because when I mentioned caregivers look there as well if they want to work with you, you know. And then they didn't get the last, they didn't say anything. They let this person say all of this stuff, and they didn't respond. And you definitely want to make sure you respond. it's just very important to not leave that stuff open ended. And if you get into a place that um I have never had to do it, but I'm aware that there are companies and even lawyers that now it's a legal thing that people can't like leave negative reviews that aren't real. Like they can't just lie on your company, and if they do, you can like ask there's certain ways through Google to get them removed, and then if Google won't help, there are certain ways that you can go through legal means. I've even seen commercials on TV where they say, "Oh, remove Google reviews that are not real." And I'm saying all that to say it's just this is just how important it is. Um, this is one of the main reasons, like this, just to be really honest with you guys, I don't put my companies as public as I on like my websites and on my social media because of that, because I have such a large community. I don't always get along with everybody on the internet. And I may say certain things, or I might, somebody might get one of my products, or they get some coaching, and man, I feel so great about it. And they go say something crazy on my company, on my other company. And that has happened. So that's why I have to be like real careful. And even to that degree, and I'm just telling you guys that hope me in good faith, like, yeah, if he do something, I'm gonna get him. But um I'm just telling you that's how important it is. Like you don't want people in your life who you feel like may target you in some way to even know that they can even use that, because it's just that serious. And I hope I'm not kind of going on too long on it, but it's just that important. And I hope you guys understand that. Getting your friends to help raise your views is awesome. Family's awesome. Obviously, clients, getting paid reviews, and the most important one, the places that get your reviews and have your reviews posted is Google Business and Facebook. Once you start up your Facebook business page. Now we have 5 people on here. Now, everybody, tell me real quick who has a website up and running, and who has their Google Business places set up. Does anyone have a website and or a Google Business page and a Facebook page? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Y'all muted? Yeah, it looks like everybody muted. See if I can unmute. Yeah, there you go.
Can you
Crystal.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear Crystal. You just got in. Do you have your Google Business up yet?
I don't.
Okay. Do you have a website?
No.
Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. So yeah, we were just discussing. I see you just popped in. We were just discussing, and it's the first slide, so you're not too late. You ain't missed much. Um,
Okay.
Daily, did you have something to say? I see you unmuted.
Yes, I have a Facebook page.
Okay, do you?
And
Okay.
on just switching it up right now though.
Oh, it's a business page.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have a website?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have a Google Places account?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you see where you could place reviews and all that. You went through the whole process where they sent you a letter and everything. Google.
They sent me an email if I'm not mistaken.
No, they sent you a piece of mail. They don't do it through email.
Well, I have to look again because I know it's been a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if that's the case, then I do have like a Google Places. They did send me something in the mail, but like she said, it was a long time ago.
So I mean, either whatever time it was, you could see yourself on the internet. Like you could Google yourself and you'll see your company address come up. That's what I'm referring to.
Yeah, it's
So,
up there.
huh?
It's up there.
Okay. Yeah. But that's all I was saying. So basically, Crystal, what we were discussing right quick to just give like a quick recap before we go on is that the importance of reviews. You don't want to overlook them. You don't want to not. You don't want to set up your Google Places account or your Google Business account and not have people going there and putting reviews. Like I said, you could use your if you before you got clients. You know how you like, hey, I don't got no clients. Who gonna post reviews? You can have your friends. You can have your family. You can have once you do have clients, you have your clients. And then, you can even pay your family and friends and stuff like that. Hey, do, $5, do some reviews for me. And I don't feel like that's a bad thing as long as they're not saying stuff like, oh, I had this client, or, they was a client. Just say they can go in there and just be like, this was a good person. It was a great, this is a good person. I feel like she's a really good person. Da, da, da. And it doesn't have to be lies. It just has to be something that's, consistent, and they give you a 5-star review, or they don't even have to say nothing. Wonderful service, great business, da da da, and then push 5-star. Whatever they do, you just need as many reviews as possible. And I would suggest trying to get at least 30. And that seems like a high number, but it's very important, and it's really important when it's time to once you all the way fully launch and you're trying to get clients, because even if you get clients from other means, um, you're going to they're still going to come check you out online. So you get them through a referral source, or you get them through a brochure, you get them through whatever kind of way a referral from a friend. They're going to go online and look at what you up to. So no matter what, they're going to end up on your Google Places and then looking at those reviews. So that's all I was saying. If you missed it, Crystal, you could see the replay, but it wasn't too much, but it's very important to make sure you got your reviews together, and that's what we're going to be discussing tonight is just online marketing overall. So the next topics I want to discuss real quick is search engine optimization. So what search engine optimization is different things that could be done to your website, your actual website, to make it come up higher in a Google search. There are certain things that professionals do. Usually, so I use like you can see, it's a freelancer. I'm supposed to say freelancer.com. I'm say freelancer CM, but it's really COM. Freelancer.com. I use freelancer.com. It's a specific company that I use, and I'll post that company in the chat. In the group once we're done, so everybody can use them if you want to use them. But they're really good, and they do all of my search engine optimization. But one thing I'm gonna discuss here real quick is what you want to make sure you have done before you choose someone to get to do it for you. First, you want to make sure they do what they call a website audit, and on that website audit, they should be able to look at your website, tell you where it's at in the search, where it's coming up in the search engine, all these different analysis of what needs to be done and what they can do to make it better. Like first they're going to look at it, and that's the audit. They're going to say, okay, this is where you're at. You need to change this. You need to change the title. You need to change some information in this, in your blog or in About Us, or you want to add some of these keywords. You want to put some of your location in these different areas. So that's the audit. They're going to look at that and tell you everything that they see that needs to be done on your website. And this is what you want to make sure you get done. Next thing they should do is a competitor analysis. So what that means is they're going to look at all your competitors in your market. So remember, you're not marketing. Your website isn't targeting the United States. You don't want your website to have to focus on the whole world. It's just focus on your county, or your 5 counties, or your city, or your 6 cities, or whatever you're going to be focused at in your business. So make sure you have that in mind, that my website is not for the whole world. It's only for my city, my counties, my my whatever. But it's not even for your whole state. It's just for, eventually, hopefully it will be, if you grow and keep growing, and then you could probably go to other states. But in the beginning, even me, I'm still just focusing on certain counties. I'm not to the point where I'm just so, because it costs, and it's over, and to target each area is, it takes specific keywords. It's just to take specific details that have to be made, and changes that have to be made, and wording that has to be added to your website to make sure it's relevant in your immediate area. So your competitor analysis is only going to be in that same specific area, your competitive analysis. So they're going to, give you an analysis. So if you don't go with our guy and you go with somebody else, or you do it yourself, you want to make sure you're figuring out who are the top competitors in your market when you search say for instance, um, home care Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, or home care Kentucky, or no, say like Louisville, Kentucky, or Gwinnett County, or wherever you are, you want to. People are searching specific areas. They're not searching home care USA, or they're not just putting home care in, and that's it, or senior care, or live at home, or help at home, or caregiver. They're putting these terms at a specific area. So when they do their competitor analysis, you want to make sure they're only searching the competitors in your specific area. The next thing you want to make sure that they're going to give you is some clients that they have success with. The clients don't have to be in your market. Hopefully they're not working with nobody directly in your market, but you want to make sure that they're giving you some results of other clients that they've already worked with in your industry, in your field. So that's another thing that you can also, you can check when you start to work with different search engine optimization specialists or experts or whatever they call themselves. Um, and then after that, they're gonna come up with what they should do before once you pay like your first month, once you get started with a a a, a, a freelancer, they should have a plan. So they should have a plan for on your website, and then like an offsite plan. So an offsite plan, like obviously an on-site plan, the things that they're gonna do on your website. The offsite plans like things that they're gonna do off your website. So where are they going to post your different links or backlinks to your website? What are they going to do off your website? How are they going to drive traffic to your website? That's the thing that they're going to do for you. So they're going to create a plan. And they should have a plan for on-site and off-site search engine optimization. And that's more then that gets you to drive. Then once all that's put together, then they should be driving traffic from relevant sources. Like they should be going. So there's all kind of. So when we're talking a little bit about search engines, there's a whole bunch of other search engines that Google and Google and Bing and Safari and Samsung and Yahoo, they feed off of. So all of these then they all have these other sources. So like then care.com and then all these other little websites that will kind of pull information off all the other relevant websites and kind of source it together, and which helps it all come to the top and get you found in that search engine. So it's like a real complex process that happens through search engine optimization. And that's the reason why I hire it out. I pay somebody to do it. It's just $100 a month. And what they do is for each website that we have, it's $100 a month per website. Or so not even per website. I think it's 15 keywords per 15 keywords. And you can kind of, we're going to talk about the keywords here next, but the more keywords you get, the more it costs. So we're paying for like, I'm sure it's more than 10. I know it's not more than 15. I think it's 15. I know I'm almost positive it's 15 keywords on our home care website that we pay for to get optimized every month. So that's just, so they're constantly working on different ways to bring our website to the top of the specific counties or the geo-targeted locations that we're in. So it's not trying to get the website to the top of America's home care searches, because that's impossible. That's only going to be like the people who spend millions of dollars on advertisement. This is going to come up in every city, every state, all over the country. Those are the franchises who work together, and they have all these different franchisees paying them monthly. That's how they do it. But you as a smaller agency, you can still make an impact in your market online if you just focus on your specific area. You might just want to focus on a specific county or 2 or 3 specific counties. I go at the top wealthiest counties in my I go after my personal target is the 5 most wealthiest counties in Maryland, and that's who I target. Give me 1 second. Let me see what's up with this dog, man. My son there with the dog. And then you got freelancer.com. Are you guys familiar with freelancer.com? It's like Fiverr. And does any of this stuff make sense? I'm sure, you probably the first time, some of this stuff is probably the first time you're hearing it, but is it making any sense to you guys? Do you have any questions?
No, I understand this.
Okay. Are you
I've
familiar?
used Fiverr before.
Huh?
I've used Fiverr before.
Yeah, it's similar to Fiverr. Freelancer is similar to Fiverr. I just found the person I found on Freelancer, I've been working with so long. That's why I'm just gonna refer them to you, opposed to somebody on Fiverr, because I do use Fiverr. I know you guys are familiar that I use Fiverr as well, but I use both Freelancer and Fiverr. They pretty much the same, but Freelancer has a little bit more like skill. They have a little bit more higher skill. I feel like when it comes to stuff like that. So what I'm gonna do is post this stuff in the group. The people who've done our website is her name is Amanda, the Pro Weaver, and just when you contact her or whatever, I give you her email. I'm gonna post her email in the chat, and I mean in the group. Just let her know that you're working with us, and you'll get a discount. And then same with the freelancer service. It's a I don't know how many people it is. It's just it's one profile, but it says it's a company, so it's like elite something. But hold on, let me tell you real quick. But they're on freelancer, and you guys get the same price, or you could probably negotiate a better price. But they call it Elite Information Tech. So I just got some things for you. They just did some stuff, and they sending me like approvals for different suggestions and stuff like that. They're always sending different things that they can do because they're always working on your website. Like your website is like it's not like a static, um, once it's done type thing. It's like a constant organism that has to keep being, updated and refreshed and renewed. You never want it to just be stale because it'll just like other websites a pile on top of it that didn't just like it'll never come up. So it has to be somebody has to be working on it, um, doing some type of optimization to it as often as possible. Geo targeted Facebook ads. So what we're gonna talk about here is basically what like how you set up a Facebook ad. I've been running Facebook ads. It probably I don't know since it's been a long time. Um, my last year, I probably spent 40,000 in Facebook ads. Um, and you probably say like, man, that's a lot, but it's not as much as you think. If you see how good they work. Um, so if you spend, so we spend about 50 the $50 a day. I try to. It's not that consistent. Sometimes you gotta pay the bill, but or we don't spend as much. But we try to average at least uh $50 a day and up on Facebook ads. But we get a really good response if we have a really good targeted ad. Um, I get a lot of um referrals, just a lot of people who just because so okay, let's listen. So once you have a good ad or a picture or a video or a post, that's like the media. That's the first one that says media. That's what they're going to see. if you have a pretty good draw, I use a single image sometimes. We use different things. I use a single image or I use a video. I never use like a carousel or a post. Like I know you see Facebook. I don't know if you see Facebook where it say you could boost a post and all that, but I don't really do that. We either do a single video, single for media, but you can put a video, uh, uh, a carousel. Carousel is a is multiple videos or multiple pictures. But I don't think you mix it. But I know it's multiple things. So we usually use those things: single image or single video. The next is the headline. Then it's the primary text. Then it's the website or phone number. Then it's call to action, and then you had a placement. It's going to be on the mobile feed, Instagram. Since Facebook owns Instagram, it's going to be on Instagram, the feed, and then Messenger. And then it's also going to be say mobile feed, but it's also going to be on like the web, like on the general Facebook page. Like if you're looking at it from a computer or a website, I mean a computer or a laptop. But most people are looking at Facebook now. They're the majority, 80-90% are on their phones. They see it in their IG, and you could pick to put it. So to put it on IG, you have to also have a Instagram account connected to that Facebook business account. Once you have that, then it run on that ad. That ad will run off that account, and then obviously to run inside Messenger. So people using Facebook Messenger like to talk to friends and family, your ads will run through that as well. Then what really matters is the audience, the location, the age, the gender, the demographics, interests, and behavior. Facebook allows you to create to put the location, to put the age, put the gender, the demographics, and the interest and the behavior. What's that's your audience. So what is the audience? The location for me is it's the top wealthiest counties in Maryland. The age for me is 60 and over, 50. Sometimes I try 55, but I never go under 55. 55 and over, mostly 60 and over. Gender, mostly women. Demographics, wealthy, um, wealthy women. It's kind of hard to say the demographics, but then the interest. So the interest is where it gets tricky. It's like, okay, what are they interested in? Or what are wealthy women over 60 interested in? So I put like travel, charity, uh, art. These are some of my things. AARP. And then once you put in like AARP, you get all these different suggestions. Uh, what's another one? Cosmetic surgery, health and wellness, restaurants. So like you put in certain things that's gonna get you the type of people who can afford home care and who may be looking for it. So if they're 60, their parents are like 90, or if they're 50, their parents may be in their 80s. You know what I mean? So we want to go after the 60s and the 70s, or the 50s and the 60s, because the parents are like 70, late 70s, early 80s, maybe even 90s. So that's how we kind of pick between, that's how we try to find, that's how we come up with the age. And a lot of this stuff you can figure out based on the studies that come out. And I use the benchmark study um, from Home Care Pulse to come up with a lot of this stuff. I don't just guess this stuff. They say it's the eldest sister. The eldest sister of the family is usually in charge of the care of the mom or the father. The eldest sister. So whoever the oldest sister is usually the one that's over top of the care of the parents that need senior care. Um, that's why we do. That's why I just go straight women, because we want to narrow down the target as much as possible. So, are there any questions or thoughts? I'm sure people have thoughts about this stuff. Do you have any kind of thoughts about what we're talking about here when it comes to demographics and who you want to be targeting? Okay, that's fine if you don't have any questions to topic. And then you got your budget. Going into budget, we'll just discuss You can start out, you can go from cheap as $5 a month. I mean a day. You could go from $5 a day, I think. So that's the cheapest you could do. So you can start off with like a budget of $5 a day. Um, $5 a day. Hold on, what's that? 5 times 30. That's $150 a month. You could try that. And if you and the more you increase it, obviously the broader it's going, the more you could, the more people you're gonna get, and you just build it as your funds increase. You can increase your budget. If you get a client, you allocate certain monies from that client's profits to that budget. And that's how you grow your business. You don't take all your profit and just spend it on whatever. You start allocating it to things like this, to your to your search engine optimization. You know that now you're making a little, making some money. You take $100 of that profit and put it to pay that guy to do your website optimize, getting your website optimized. You pay somebody. You could set up this ad by yourself, or one day if you guys want to call me on a one-on-one, we can set up your ad. Go through all your audience, set up your media. We can get your media made on Fiverr for $5 or $10. Come up with a good headline, put in your audience for your target audience, come up with your budget, and then post it. This is stuff that's really feasible, and then you're active, and then you just increase it, and you'll start to see things. You'll start getting likes, you'll start getting shares, you'll start getting comments, you'll get inquiries, you'll get messages. People, oh, my grandmother this, or my mom that, or this, and then these are conversations that are happening through this ad on Facebook. This, in that you can really start to develop relationships with people who may not need a service right then and there. Some of them might be casual, and some might be very motivated, but motivated to get services immediately. But the conversations are starting, and you're out in the world doing it, versus taking $150 and doing something else with it and not being out in the world. So I suggest at least doing something. If you can come up with 150, it doesn't take. We could put a Facebook. We could put this ad together here for less than what, 150 for the month of the budget, and another 100. Not even 100. Another 50. So $200. We could have this ad running on Facebook, because we'll do the media, and then you could use the video over and over again. I use some of the same videos for years, because I just look at like commercials. Like, commercials don't change. Like, I've been watching Clorox commercials for my whole life. What do I need to change it for? Because they trying to imprint a brand. So you don't want to keep changing it, and people think you got to keep making new ads and new things. No, you want to imprint a brand. You want people to keep saying the same thing over and over again. You want them to say, if they see your company and your company has your name on it, and they have a video and it's saying your company name, you want your company to keep that same video to keep repeating. So people keep seeing it, they're gonna get familiar with it and start being comfortable with it. So you don't want to keep switching it up, changing the colors, changing the visuals, changing the people, because it's not going to be memorable, because that's not how the mind works. People remember repetitiveness. That's how people remember stuff, by repetition. And then finally, the objective, the post engagement. Are you looking for post engagement, website traffic, video views, reach, message, and phone calls? I don't know why I put calls on there, because I have a phone number on mine. The objective of the ad, that's um, the final topic here. A lot of people do it for post engagement, website traffic. If you want people to go directly to your website, that's cool, but you can lose people there. I'd rather them just have Facebook put the phone number there, so if they click on it, it's gonna go straight to their phone app, and they can call you right there on the spot. And if they want to go to the website and all that, they could read it or click it somewhere else. But I want the ad to go straight to the phone number. So even if they lock it in, they'll have the phone number. Or they can, you can have them send a message and stuff like that. But I like to have a phone number on there. So these are some of the top senior care keywords used with your geolocation, with your targeted location, I should have put. The geolocation is like saying the same thing. So elder care service, assisted living, home care for seniors. So when I say keywords, these are some of the things that these are the top senior care searches in Google. home care for seniors, senior care, senior living communities, aging in place, memory care, respite care for seniors, skilled nursing facilities, hospice care, independent living for seniors, geriatric care management, dementia care, palliative care, caregiver support services, rehabilitation services for seniors, end of life care, senior companionship services, nutrition and meal delivery for seniors, mobility aids and equipment for for seniors, transportation services for seniors. These are the top keywords, and why these matter is because these keywords have to be used with your company and your location, in your website, in your marketing. Anything that you do online, these keywords have to be used with your location and your website or your company name. That's why they're important. So on YouTube, on different things that you're going to post, if you do any kind of post, these are the things that you're going to use with hashtags with your locations. So that's the importance of keyword. But most importantly, these are the keywords that your SEO expert or freelancer is going to be using on your website to drive traffic for these searches in Google. That's what keywords are for, alongside your company and your location, city, county, uh, town, whatever. Any questions about the keyword searches or the ads from Facebook? Okay, cool. So there's no questions. We're gonna get right into the required reading, becoming an internet marketing expert. You say usually we got one book, right? But this is a total different game. This is very, very important. And this is just something that I feel this that most people don't take serious enough. And that's sales. I feel like sales and then internet marketing. Um, you are going to get left behind. If you want to do business in 2023, let's remember we're not in 1993. We're not in 2013. We in 2023. We got AI. We got Chat GBT. We got deep fake. We got this stuff where the internet is moving so fast that they saying, please slow it down because we're not going to be able to keep up. We got Chat GBT that was launched probably 2 months ago, and it probably eliminated almost 1 million jobs. And nobody even know. Like, no, it's not even like nobody talking about it because it's like so scary. And that's an AI thing, an AI tool that I've been using almost every day since it came out. That's why I'm saying it's very important to understand and learn how to market on the internet, how to understand where the internet is going, how to stay relevant with your business online. Because if you don't, you will not exist. If you don't exist online, you don't exist in business for long. Now, you can always get out there, have a sales team, putting people boots on the ground and all that, but you'll never reach as many people that you're gonna be able to reach on Facebook. You just won't be able to afford to reach 50,000 people. You can't reach 50,000 people, 100,000 people a month spending $500 in any other way. So you have to learn how to leverage those same dollars to reach 10 times, 20 times, 30 times people you would have be able to reach if you spent that $500 on business cards or that $500 on brochures and gas and got out the car 20 times, 50 times, 100 times that month to reach that many people, or pay somebody. This is not going to do nothing for $500 in America today. I'm just going to reach nowhere near that many people. You have to learn how to leverage those dollars to reach these people. That's why I say it's very important to learn how to become an internet marketing expert. So these are some of the books here that's important that I feel like everyone on this call should read. And if you want to become and really benefit from this training, or just understand what it takes to, become a better marketer and utilize the internet to grow your company in the ways that stay competitive and way beyond the people who not doing it, is read some of these books. You got Gary Vaynerchuk. I know a lot of people hear about Gary V, or you see a lot of his videos. He go crazy on the YouTube and like all the social medias. He's like an internet guy, early Uber investor, early Twitter investor. He's been making prediction and all that for years. I love him. I don't listen to him. He just posts so much, but I kind of stay up on what he's saying from time to time through like his podcast and stuff. But he just puts out so much content. But his books are really good. Jab, 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 right hook. How to Tell Your Story in a Noisy Social World by Gary Vaynerchuk. Crush It. Why now is the time to cash in on your passion. Contagious. Why Things Catch On by Jonah Berger, one of the best books I ever read. The Art of Social Media. Power Tips for Power Users. Um, the Art of Social Media, The Power Tips for Power Users by Gary Kawasaki. Social Media Marketing Workbook, How to Use Social Media for Business. That's a great book. The New Rules of Marketing and PR, How to Use Social Media, Online Videos, Mobile Application, Blogs, News Releases, and Viral Marketing to Reach Buyers Directly. Very great book. The Social Media Bible, Tactics, Tools, and Strategies for Business Success. Utility, Why Smart Marketing is About Help, Not Hype. Um, that's why I give so much free content. The Thank You Economy by Gary V. And then Optimize, How to Attract and Engage More Customers by Integrating Social Engine SEO, that's a search engine optimization, what we just covered, social media and content marketing by Lee Odin. So that's it for tonight. We just wanted to, I'm glad everybody that got on this evening for this one. I was really hoping last week to do this one, but I'm glad we got a good amount of people on tonight. Um, Please don't overlook this training. It's very important to understand that online marketing is important, and understand that you can do it. It's not as complicated and far, out of reach as people may think. Like, oh man, it's so complicated. I got time for that. And it's like, so I'm gonna tell you a thing about me. Like, I hate TikTok personally, and I know a lot of people have different. Um, I shouldn't use that word. Period. I don't only like my kids using it, but I really dislike TikTok, and um, it feels like that when it comes to like doing certain things. And I know it feels like that when people have to, start to do different things when it comes to like social media. Why I don't like TikTok is because it's so different than what I've always been doing. It's uncomfortable. It's all these weird videos, it's all these, it's just so over the top. And it's like, I don't want to even be on this platform. But the internet is telling me, the world is telling me I have to be there. So I have to be there. Like, you can't, it's like going to work and your boss telling you to do something. You're like, I don't want to do it. So you're not gonna do it. So like, okay, if you're not gonna do it, then you're gonna get fired. So it's like, it's something like that. It's like, it's a love hate. Like, I have to be on there, but I don't want to be on there. But I know I have to be, because it's the biggest platform on the planet. And so I have to be there. And I'm mentioning that because a lot of times we get stuck in our ways and we like, oh no, I'm not getting on Twitter, I'm not getting on YouTube, or I'm not doing this on Facebook, or I'm not doing this on Instagram. You cannot have that mentality in business, especially going forward in 2023 when the whole world is online. No matter how you feel or what generation you come from, if you're trying to do business, you're going to have some kind of understanding. And I know a lot of times I hear families or people my age or a little older saying, "Oh, I'm gonna get my daughter or I'm gonna get my son to do this," and that's cool. And if they're gonna do it, then that's a blessing. But mom, dad, you still need to know how to do it yourself, because you starting a new company. So and when you start a new company, you the whole org chart. You the whole org chart. You everybody on the organizational chart. So you have to know every skill set. Because if somebody don't do it that month, guess what? You're gonna have to do it. So, or that week or that day, whatever, you're gonna have to do it. And that's what it is being a entrepreneur. And that's just what it takes to have a startup. And internet marketing is just as important as any other piece of this stuff. And I take it very I mean, I'm sure you guys see how much dumb stuff it seems like I'll be posting, but it's consistent for a reason. It's it's up there for a reason. And I haven't worked a job since I've been in my 20s. And I've been using internet marketing since then. So it works, and I'm testament to it. And these are some of the books. And then you look at these books, you go to the back of the book when you're done, and you read find the books that they reference, and you read those too. And then you bring those back to us if you find good ones as well. So that's it for tonight. And I hope you guys got a lot out of it. See somebody hopped on at the end. Hopefully you'll check the recording out, because I'm gonna post it as soon as we get off. Are there any questions before we get off of here on internet
No,
marketing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Did you guys learn anything? Was it helpful?
Yes, I did. Very.
I'm good. It was very helpful.
Good. Thanks a lot. And if you have any questions or you want to follow up, feel free to, y'all all got my cell phone number. Just call me, text me that you're about to call, and we'll sit down and have a conversation. You want to talk about your website, talk about, putting an ad together on Facebook, whatever it takes. Let's I can sit down.
What is a good website? I mean, what is a good place to, I guess, make my website on?
So I use we were talking about that earlier. I use a specific company that I use for my Done For You program clients, and they did my websites as well. I can give you their information. Just email me or call me after this, and I'll get you their information. They're called Pro Weaver, but I want to make sure you contact them and let them know that I'm sending you, so you'll get a specific price.
Okay.
So we could do that, and then we have other people that we discussed in here, like the SEO, the search engine optimization people on Freelancer. We can help you with that. And then obviously like Fiverr for your advertisement, for like your video advertisement that's gonna go on your ad, and some of this, and stuff like that for your video, for your website. We can a lot of that stuff you can get on Fiverr. But it doesn't take much, And we were talking about the budget and how to set up a Facebook ad. If y'all need help with that, I'm available for that as well. So just let me know. Just communicate, and we can set up a time to get it done.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
You too.